Guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back. So you guys, I was actually live like not too long ago, but I realized the connection was slightly off a little bit. So I just want to come back on here, and y'all know I gotta keep safe out here, y'all. Um, but you guys, I hope the connection is better. I hope y'all can see me too, cause hold on, let me see something. Is that better? Hold on, you guys. Let me check something. It's a little different. Okay. I hope you guys can see me good. Okay, so you guys, today I got a topic from a viewer and a subscriber. And basically, and again, I don't know if they want me to mention their name or not. So I just want to just touch on a few things. So the first thing is I wanted to talk about dealing with a narcissist in the workplace. And if you expose them, the person wanted to know, will they come back? And mind you, I believe the person was saying that the new supply was also, okay, I can see now, the new supply was in the workplace as well. So I'm assuming that this person did expose the narcissist in front of the new supply, but not just the new supply, but the actual workplace itself. And so they wanted to know, will the narcissist come back? And the answer to that question is absolutely yes. As I was saying before in the other live that I did, is that the narcissist feels like they own us. They feel like they are entitled to our attention. They feel like they're entitled to our time. They feel like they're entitled to our energy. And yeah, they will always come back no matter what. And you guys, please feel free to chime in if you have tried to expose the narcissist in front of, whether it was a new supply or if you tried to expose them like in a public place, and what actually happened. What was your experience? I would love to hear it. And this is a thing for me I wanted to share with you guys. For me, um, as you know, I never talk about the narcissist names. Like my aunt that was a narc, and the male narc, and the borderline that I dealt with, I never really share their name, because for me, it's not about their name. It's really about the experience and the education and what I actually learned from it. So that way I can help other victims and survivors and other people that have dealt with it, just so they know that they're not alone, because I know, like, some people may say, like, oh, well, it was this person's name and that person, but like for me, I don't really do that. But anyway, and also, like, as I was on the other live, one person said, I think it was Nico. They was basically saying that they choose not to expose the narcissist. They just choose to just learn from it and move on. And that's a really good idea, because you can look within yourself. Like, you can look within, because a lot of us victims and survivors, we're so focused on the narc. We're so focused on what they're doing. We're focused on their needs and their wants, in a sense, like we forget about ourselves. We forget about what we like, what we want to do. And yeah, we lose ourselves in the narcissist, or we could lose ourselves in within a toxic situation or a toxic person. So always remember that. So yeah, it's like, it's your choice whether you want to expose them to the new supply or expose them to a public workplace. And for me, honestly, I don't think that it doesn't go in your favor if you try to expose them to the new supply anyway. Because as I've told you guys, when this one girl, the singer songwriter that tried to tell me about the narcissist, she tried to say, be careful, you know like, look, like, watch out. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, well, what do you mean? Because she didn't share exactly like what she had went through. What was that experience? She told me that it was none of my concern. So it was like, why would I listen if you're not telling me the detail? So yeah, sometimes if you try to expose a narcissist to a new supply, or even to the workplace, like, some people will listen, and then other people will just be like, maybe think you're crazy, because the narcissist has probably already smeared you to other people anyway. So you do want to keep that in mind. And I do believe it was Colum, when we were on the live, he was saying that he got a call from his narc person with the no caller ID. Understand, yes, narcissistic people will contact you no matter what. It doesn't matter the situation, it doesn't matter the scenario. Or this could also just be toxic people, or maybe unhealthy people, or people that could just be lost and confused in life. They may reach back out to you if they have done something or harmed you, or they feel guilty or bad, or whatever the case is. They may still contact you. But speaking specifically of narcissistic people, yes, they will find a way to reach out to you, whether if it's you directly or if it's through a flying monkey, a third party, a minion, um, somebody from the narc harem. They will absolutely 100% reach back out to you no matter what. So, and I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting about anything else. But yes, they absolutely, narcissists will come back if you expose them, for sure. And for me, like I said, if it's in the workplace, I actually haven't dealt with a narcissist at like a specific job, except for actually this one gig that I was working at. I felt like the I guess she was like a manager or a boss. I felt like she was definitely a narcissist. She was like a covert one, just very like, I don't know, like, you know, like some people can just like look at others and they can kind of like see right through them. And I don't know, and it wasn't just me, like it was other people. They was saying like, yeah, like something just feels off about her. Like she didn't say hi to anybody when she came to the job. She was very standoffish. She only talked to like the managers, or I guess people that she knew. And yeah, she was very quiet, very subtle, and she would only try to like do some of the work on the lines if it would make her look good, you know. And it was crazy too. I know I'm kind of going off topic. I'm gonna go to the other question. But one time, I guess we needed a lot of help on the line, and we was like packing prescription medicine, putting them in the boxes, and it was like a lot of medicine and a lot of boxes that needed to be packed. And she comes on the line, she's like, oh, well, you guys need to hurry up and get all this done. And then one of the girls on the line, she was like, well, you need to come and help us. And then she like looked at us and was just like, oh, she just walked off, you know, because a lot of narcissists are cowards anyway. So it was just funny that the employee had said that. She was like, well, you need to help us. And you guys want to know the funny part about all of that? I think they had brought some other people to come and help us on the line, but the the manager and supervisor actually started helping us on the line. Like, can you guys believe that? That was super funny. I never shared that story. I may have shared it, but I can't remember. But I thought that was funny. But so that's a scenario if you are dealing with like a narc boss, or you know, if you have like an associate or a coworker that's a narc, you know. So but anyway, I hope that that was helpful. And then the other topic that I was talking about before, on the other live that I was doing, because like I said, the connection was a little off and I didn't want to post it because I felt like maybe you guys couldn't hear me all the way. But yeah, it was saying, the guy was also talking about two narcissists in a relationship. Are they bound to split? And I actually believe that yes. Two narcissists in a relationship will absolutely end up splitting. Now, you do have some situations where both of the narcissists in a relationship, they could know that they're narcissists, and then others may not know. And if they know, the two narcs know that they are in a relationship with each other, they may just be comfortable. They may feel like, you know, they don't want to leave. They feel like, you know, it's just too much at stake. Like they don't want to start over. And that can also be the scenario where, you know, if it's two people in a relationship, maybe they don't know that they have narcissistic personality disorder, but then it could come up, you know. And then again, they could just be comfortable. They don't want to start over. And they don't care. For some, they don't care. Some people like misery, some people like pain, some people like destruction, some people like the drama. Some people like the drama. They like the toxicity, you know. And then you have other cases where the two narcs could split, and some of the situations could be if one of the narcissists or the other individual may not be a full-blown narc, like they could have the narc tendencies, and they could just be fed up. They could just be tired. They just may want to improve their life. They could just want to do better, and they could just say, you know what, I want to move on. Or they could actually also too where two narcs are in a relationship with each other, one of those narcissists could be like, well, they're not giving me enough attention. They're not giving me enough supply anymore. They're starting to call me out more. They're starting to do better than me or whatever. They could be like, oh, well, they're not giving me enough attention, or they're not giving me all their energy anymore. They're not giving me, you know, I don't feel so entitled anymore, you know? Or the narcissist could feel intimidated by the other narc, you know, based on whatever it is that they're doing in our life. And then they could actually try to go off to another supply, you know, and so that could cause that dynamic to split, you know. So it really just depends. But two narcs in a relationship, it's definitely going to, because you guys got to remember, narcissistic people will eventually self-sabotage. They will eventually self-destruct. And a lot of them don't feel like they deserve anything good. You guys got to remember that too when it comes to dealing with narcissistic people. And it's funny, and this is the last thing I wanted to share with you guys before I go, and I did talk about this on the other video, the other live that I made, but like I said, the connection was a little up and down, so I wanted to make another one. But what was interesting was when I started seeing the male narc, like while I was living with my aunt for 5 years, I started dating the male narc. And you guys know the stories. Like, we started dating, it was based off of music business. And, you know, he was teaching me how to make beats. He was teaching me how to make instrumentals. And I was like, wow, like, this is so cool. Like, I never knew that I had that talent to do that. And so, yeah, I started hanging out with him more. And eventually, you know, it just kind of, we started dating. But anyway, so my aunt took notice because, you know, I wasn't spending a lot of time at the house anymore. I was out and about. And the narc had called the house a couple times too, you know. And my aunt, I guess she got so mad and she raged at me so hard. And she was like, well, Joy, who is this person? You don't even know him like that. You're spending all this time with him. And then she started saying like, well, what is his name and what's his number? Write down his name, write down his number, and I'm gonna call him, and this and that. She raged at me. And there was also an email, I think some way, somehow, an email was sent to her, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna email him back, I'm gonna call him. And I can't remember if she called him or not. And what's funny is I ended up telling the narcissist about this. I would never forget this. I had went out for a drive, and I had called the narc up, and I had told him what was going on. And he was like, yeah, like you definitely want to move away. And he was like, yeah, she doesn't want to see you, like, you know, improve your life, or, you know, he was like saying that she was jealous. And I kind of had that feeling too. I was just like, I mean, she has a lot more than me. Mind you guys, I'm a teenager. So, or I think I was about to turn 21. So I'm still young, you know. And yeah, she like raged at me. She slammed my door, my bedroom door, and then she slammed her door. And I was like so scared. I got so frightened. I'm just like, I'm living with this lady. Although, yes, she's my aunt. But I'm just like, what the heck is she about to do, you know? And so, yeah, I had ended up telling the narc. But you know what's crazy, though, about all of it? They were both right about each other. But at the same time, they were both trying to compete for my attention. They both wanted power and control over me, you know. So they was both fighting for control. So that's, if you're in that situation, or, you know, maybe you're living with a narc parent, and maybe you could be dating a narcissistic person. They are trying to get control over you. They don't love you. They just want power and control over you. They want to control your life, you know. And they don't want, either narcs don't want that other narc to have the power and the control, you know. So it's not about you. It's not about how you feel about your feelings and about your emotions. They don't care about any of that, you know. And I had to come to that realization. And so it's a scary thing. It really is truly scary, because it's like they're both manipulating the situation. They're both trying to control it, and both want power. And it doesn't have anything to do with you, you know. And you're thinking like, oh, I'm getting support from these people, like they care about me. It's like, no, they want control over you. And also, it's not just narcissistic people can want control over you. It could just be average people could want control over you too, like just normal regular people. Like it could be, you know, just people around you, associates, friends. Like some people just feel entitled to your attention. They could feel entitled to your energy. They could feel entitled to know what you're doing in your life, or whatever the case is. So you do want to keep that in mind too. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a narc. But you will know and you can get a feel of a narcissistic person. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, because me looking back, I'm just like thinking like two narcissists in a relationship. Oh my God, like that would be like the craziest thing, you know, like just bizarre, just a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, a lot of confusion, a lot of slamming doors and yelling and screaming and fussing and fighting. And but some people like that. Some people like that type of relationship dynamic, you know. So but yeah, and then even like when I was moving out of the house from my aunt, she didn't like that. And I remember every single day she'd be like, "Oh, Joy, so how's it going? How's the job? Not the job." She was like, "How's apartment hunting going?" And she would be on me like every day, like trying to ask me like, "How is it going?" And then she was asking me about what I wanted to do with my life, and she was telling me she don't think that that was a good idea. And it was just so much that I had to deal with. But that's for another video. I don't want to drag this on for too long. But anyway, I hope that this was helpful for those of you that are dealing with narcissistic people, whether it's a parent, a lover, a friend, associate. Understand that they just want power and control, you know. And you are not to be controlled. Like, nobody should feel entitled to be in control over your life. Like, no. Like, you only control yourself, you know. And then once you control yourself, then everything on the outer world will adjust accordingly. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys learned. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway. And if you guys want to reach out to me for any sessions, any advice or any guidance, definitely book a session with me, or you can get a reading with me, or definitely check out my book that I just released, Reclaim Your Life Back, Understanding Narcissism. Highly recommend it, especially if you are a victim and a survivor of narcissistic abuse. I basically share my life experience. And so, yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. And leave any topics that you guys want to learn about when it comes to dealing with narcissistic abuse, or it could just be dating and relationships. But anyway, till next time, I love you guys so much. Take care. Bye.